How you doing, everybody, and welcome back to Dicey Decisions, where we roll dice, spin stories, and play some... This week's Dicey Spotlight is a spectacular... It's not really a Twitter account. It's a Twitch channel community. It's called Off the Table. A lot of community-funded streams and podcasts, usually doing indie TTRPGs, so like ones that you normally wouldn't have heard of. Specifically, I want to talk about The Burned Bunch, which is a new Monster of the Week campaign. I love Monster of the Week games. It is live. It's got @RustWildest as the keeper and a bunch of just fantastic people as players. We've got the hunters, We've got @LavenderLeo, @DennyPlaysGames, @KingCoalMiner, @VillainVitenzio, Vale, and @WerewolfFeels. I'm going to be putting all of their Twitters in the thing below, as well as a link to the Twitch channel for Off the Table. It is twitch.tv/off_the-table. This just started. The Burned Bunch, this just started, so you have plenty of time to catch up. It's really, really cool, and you should absolutely check it out. So without any further ado, please enjoy this episode of Dicey Decisions. You all meet outside, and you can definitely smell smoke. You can hear the sound of distant alarm bells ringing. You can hear people shouting in the distance. Like, it's still bustling, because, like, this place never goes to fucking sleep, except for when some people go to sleep. But the city is still bustling. Like, the nightlife here is, like, almost indistinguishable from daytime. It's just people are wearing, like, darker clothes and more hoods. You can see the trade district is still busy, but you are on a mission. You are running south into the docks district. It takes you about 20-30 minutes, like, to run all the way there, because you still have to push through crowds. But you get there, and this entire building is just alight with flame. And you can see there are Paladins of Justine, there are Blue Talon, all working together to, like, there's a train of people from the actual docks, like, with buckets, like, passing them, like, throwing them at the building, but it's not doing too much. And you can... Everyone roll a perception check.
Oh, bad.
Yeah, bad. I only rolled an 8.
11.
14.
Finnan, you think you may hear screaming inside.
Fuck.
Uh,
Oh, fuck. I'm going to cast Bless on all 3 of you.
and Kat's gonna say, Soot, that water thing that you did, can you do that again?
I shake my head no. I need sleep.
Not prepared. Poor baby.
Fuck.
It's a larger warehouse. It looks like it might be 2 stories, somewhat akin to the size of the one that you fought the Sneeple in, if that helps kind of visualize that. With like some additions on 2 sides and kind of like an upper, maybe more attic space. The whole thing is just up in flames. The foundation doesn't seem to be very sturdy. You can hear like shaking, and the whole building kind of like rumbles a bit as beams are splitting and like things are falling in there. You hear like crashes and shakes, and at this point now, as you all are kind of like trying to take stock of this, you do hear like several like people screaming inside.
Oh shit.
Shit. So, Michael.
Yes.
Our new little thing that we all talked about with, using magic in ways that it was not maybe necessarily intended to be used. So Kat's gonna go to like the edge of the house, maybe if there's any fire that is like moved to the side. Like, she's basically going to try to absorb elements, but like to try and like make the fire go down some, and see if she can like, first off, see if she can control it without catching on fire initially, and if that works, she's going to try and like clear the doorway.
Okay. That's a pretty big thing. So let me think about that for a moment. Let me just stew on that for a second. What's everyone else doing?
I'm thinking I might have a spell to use as well, but I'm trying to change my my spell list on the fly, so I apologize.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't give you any time to do that, even though we specifically said you were basically doing that. Shit.
It's fine.
Hugga's gonna try and join a line of carrying bucket.
Okay.
And remember, you 3 are blessed, so the stipulations of that, I'm gonna just press it so you guys know. But
yes,
also, I'm
thank you.
trying to decide how... I have create food and water, but I'm trying to figure out how I can make that work. And my thinking is, if I can see a big enough container to fill it in, I could maybe tip it over, but that just doesn't seem viable right now. So I don't know.
The whole house is a container.
No, I was like thinking about creating food and water on the roof, but I don't know if that would count as a container because it says like container or floor.
We just see cheese wheels just drop onto this burning building.
You smell cooking cheese for some reason.
Oh shit.
That's amazing. Okay. I'm gonna have Katrina roll an ingenuity check. For those listening at home, ingenuity is kind of a skill that I kind of made up to kind of accommodate for the way my players try to play. Basically,
Hate the game.
every PC that can cast spells has this skill like available to them. You are always considered half proficient with it, so you only add half of your proficiency bonus rounded down, unless you specifically use a class feature to like gain full proficiency or expertise or what have you in it. So it's always your spell casting modifier plus half of your proficiency bonus. So
And you said it's rounded down, right?
Rounded down, yes. So
if my proficiency bonus is 3, it would be 1.
yeah. So
Okay, so I'd add 7. So that's my spell. No, wait. That's my spell attack bonus. You said spell casting modifier.
yeah. So it would basically be your spell attack bonus -1 for now.
Oh, cool.
-2.
Cool. Yeah.
Because if your charisma is 4, it should be
Cool.
just add 5.
So I'm adding 4. Well, my charisma is a +3, so I'm adding 4.
Yes.
Modified 20.
Oh shit. So how does
Okay.
this? Fuck. How does this look?
So Kat walks up to the door, and she reaches her hands into like the. I'm assuming the door is like totally covered in fire, like it's blocked with fire.
yeah.
So she reaches her hands like into the fire, and like yells, and like basically pulls the fire into herself to clear the flames from the doorway.
And you're casting absorb elements to do.
Yes.
All right. Let me get. I don't have enough d6.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say, Soot, stand by.
Stand by.
I am on the ready.
And I will be casting this at 2nd level.
Okay. What does that do specifically?
Okay, so the spell captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on you and storing it for your next melee attack. You have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of your next turn. Also, the first time you hit with a melee, blah, blah, blah. Then never mind, I'm just going to cast it at 1st level because the 2nd level is I get extra damage, but I'm not trying to damage anything, so I'll just do it as a 1st level spell.
You're gonna take 8d6 damage from this.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm trying to stuck your hands in a burning fire, and also because I say that.
I have an idea for what I am going to do
There's
when
the thing.
you get a moment.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, cool. What is your idea?
Finnan is going to take out his water skin,
Okay.
pull off his cloak, completely upend his water skin onto his cloak,
Oh.
and run into the building with the cloak draped over him.
Okay. We can say this happens in conjunction with Katrina kind of clearing
Trying
the
to
doorway. Yeah.
Clear the doorway, yeah.
Helga sees Finnan do that and goes, wait, can I say Helga sees Finnan do that? Or do I need to like roll for that?
It's fair to say that you would be paying attention to your friends.
Okay, yeah, so Helga sees Finnan do that and she's like, oh my god, that's a great idea, I can go help people inside the building. Follows suit, wets her clothes, and then
All right.
runs in a rage to help her
So,
through.
I'm gonna let's do this in order. I'm gonna roll for Katrina's damage first. All of you are also gonna take fire damage, but I will say Finnan, you get resistance to it because you have basically a shield to it.
I also will get resistance to the damage.
You also, but he's not taking 8d6 fire damage.
Yes.
Do
That
I
is the
get
thing I am
double
not doing,
resistance
correct.
because of rage?
If you rage, you will also have resistance to that shit.
That's what I said. I followed Finnan's idea and then also raged.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
they
catch
did-
that part.
Yeah, they said that.
Okay. Thank you.
Dang.
So Katrina, you take 23 fire damage reduced to 11.
Okay.
Katrina, as you pull this fire into yourself, and it burns in your hands or your arms, it races up your arms and almost soaks into your skin, and like it stays there, and you like shake it off as like both Finnan and Helga rush past into the now cleared doorway.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hold the door. Hold door. I'm gonna basically just keep myself at the door and scream, "Everybody out!" And I'm gonna say to Helga and Finnan, try and get them out.
That's the fucking plan.
Ah!
Yes.
He is on fire.
Finnan just looks back, sees her on fire, and just right, go.
Okay, so Finnan and Helga, you both take 6 points of fire damage.
Helga's would, that's both of them halved already, right?
Yeah, that's reduced from 12.
Okay.
So yeah, 6 points of fire damage as you rush in.
Are you talking about me and Finnan, or Finnan?
Yeah, the both of you as you rush into the building.
Okay.
Sorry, you both took 12 points of damage reduced to 6 because you both had resistance, basically.
But I wet myself and I wet myself.
You can't have double resistance. That's not a thing.
Are you sure?
You wet yourself.
Are you sure? I went through all that trouble.
You wet yourself. You wet yourself.
Oh, well, you know what? My max HP was 75, so when I take 6 damage, guess what that is?
Hey!
Nothing but professionals here at Dicey Decisions.
Finnan is just immediately, like, scanning. You said this was a warehouse of some kind?
Yeah.
And obviously the whole place is up in flames, but can I tell anything about, like, what locations are anywhere so I can kind of get an idea of where people might be?
Where is the screaming coming from?
Yes, that.
Go ahead and roll a perception check as you're in here.
That is a 25.
25. You hear the scream. It sounds like a number of. It's just a bunch of grown men screaming bloody murder.
I mean,
I don't blame them.
Helga's probably also screaming.
Cat's definitely screaming.
There's a lot of people screaming.
Finnan is just, like, silent because he's trying to listen for people.
It's just Helga right next to you. Ah!
He's learned to tune out that.
Okay, so you do hear where it is, and as you rush around like what looks like a pile of large boxes that smell oddly like roasted coffee now. You
No, coffee.
No, nowhere near as good. It has like a kind of an earthier smell to it. Not
Probably
worse,
better.
but like yeah, it's fine. One of those cheaper roasts. It's just Dunkin' Donuts roast.
I like Dunkin' Donuts roast.
I do too, actually. So that was kind
It's Folgers.
It's full. Da, 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 da.
No one's going to get that joke.
If Steve-O listens to this, he will. That's all that matters. You do see, if there's a section of the room where it looks like it was kind of like cleared out. Maybe there was like once a table that's been shattered by a massive beam that's fallen from the ceiling and crushed what looks like about 4 people, 2 of which are still moving and screaming bloody murder. Their legs have been pinned. One of them, their arm is apparently broken. There was maybe 6 or 7 people in here. You see some like legs and arms sticking out from under some more rubble. It looks like this whole place collapsed on top of these guys.
Helga!
Yes, on it. Helga,
Yeah, and I point in that direction and just start running.
you say there is a beam on a guy?
On 2 guys.
On multiple guys.
On many guys. Okay, I'm gonna lift that beam.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make an athletics check since you're raging with advantage.
Yeet.
And just to visualize this is like 4 feet by 4 feet by like maybe 30 feet, like a massive wooden beam, basically like a big tree trunk that they just like squared off. And it's just enormous, and you see Helga like go and like put her bear claws under it. You see the bracers flash, and her fists are just covered in like a sheen of like icy scales as she starts to lift. And what'd you get?
Lift. I'm trying to make sure I all the things. I think with
raging.
Yes, that gives me the +2 to strength. So
You also have Soot's Blessed if you need to use it.
oh yeah, wait. Well, I think I got it because I got a 15 + 7, so that would be a 22.
I mean, if you
Hello?
want to use Soot's Blast, you can.
I know. Hold on. Don't tell me. Yeah, I'm gonna use the bless and add a D4 to that just to make extra sure I can lift this big old thing.
You gotta do it.
20. All right. So that's let's see, 22, 25.
The DC was 25.
Yeah!
Yes!
Damn.
Good job! And way to go, Tiff, on the bless.
Bless.
Blast! Blast bed.
Bless.
Bless it be
Hashtag
Fana.
bless.
Hashtag.
Hashtag bless.
There's a brief flash of folded light as Soot's blessing helps you still this amazing feat of strength as Helga straight up lifts this massive beam off of these two guys and over her head, just going the whole fucking time.
Finnan is immediately trying to get them to their feet. If any of them have a broken leg, he is like already like arm around their waist, just like hobbling them away. Anybody that's surviving.
It's just
You
the
hobble
two
them.
guys. And you
Oh.
grab them both and you start to help drag them away. And Helga, you just drop this massive thing and start to follow.
Is there anyone else in the building?
There was, but I think it's just us now.
Okay.
Helga, take a look.
Helga's gonna do a perception, or I guess it would be more of an investigation check if I'm gonna go over to the bodies.
I'll give you this. If you're going to look around, like, from the perspective that you're in this room, you're gonna just look around, that's perception. If you're gonna, like, try to go to other rooms of the building, that'll be investigation. And there might be other roles involved.
Okay. Let's say look around the room first. I just rolled a 17.
Okay.
For that.
In this room, what you saw before is still what you see. You see what looks about 4 bodies under the rubble and one that was like totally crushed by the beam.
Okay.
You do see that behind the beam, as you dropped it, you saw like at the moment a clear kind of archway into one of the additions to this previously square building, where you can see there's a little more extra space. There might be people in there, but you're not sure.
All right, I'm gonna go check that out. You said investigation for that.
Finnan is going to get the 2 people out of the building.
And then Kat had a question for the DM.
Okay. A lot of moving parts here.
Sorry.
Yes.
No, it's fine. This is very fucking tense. Finnan, I need you, as you're moving with these 2 guys, who are significantly larger than you, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you are moving and the building is collapsing around you.
Okay, it's a good thing I have proficiency in that.
You can add a D4.
Well, let's see, that's a 24.
That's a 24. Excellent. Do you have, evasion?
I do not think so.
I know you got some
Nimble.
rogue in you, but...
Noble,
On his
naturally
mother's
stealthy, sneak
side.
attack.
Bringing that one back.
I do not have evasion, no.
Okay, so you still take half damage when something happens. Okay. So, you do see there's significantly smaller, but a beam that is, like, cracking and starting to fall, and a bunch of burning, like, cinder and rubble does drop down, as you shove the guys forward and leap to safety. However, you, your leg does get caught in the hot cinders, and you do take, 5,
Ow.
7, 9 points of fire damage.
Is that not reduced because of my cloak?
Oh shit. It is, it was base, what did I say, 9?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is base 9. It is reduced to 4. Both because of your cloak, which is starting to like heat up and dry out. It just in the intense heat in here, and also because you dodged it well enough.
All right.
Yeah. So that happens, but you shove the guys forward. Katrina, you are like holding this door. Your arms are burning. You're actually taking another 1. Do you still have resistance after casting
Yes.
it that first time?
It would be for my next until like the end of my next turn. Basically, is what it would be.
Okay, I would say you get resistance to this one, and then you lose that benefit. It is 21 reduced to 10 points of fire damage as you're holding this door, and 2 guys limping, like broken limbs, like basically dragging each other out, and Finnan is behind them, just pushing, and he leaps out. There's this cloud of smoke. They're coughing. A bunch of people like rush up to administer first aid to the 2 guys.
And then,
Yes. What was your question?
sorry, my question would have been, but I think you've probably answered it by the fact that I'm still taking damage. If I were to leave and try to help, the door would be, the fire would overtake the door again.
Not necessarily. You did absorb some of that fire and allow your allies to get in there, which basically made it so that they could pass through initially with, nowhere near as much damage as you took. But if you were to like go in to help, you would, you would still be able to get out. Oh my god, what was that?
I don't know.
That was odd.
That was fucking terrifying.
What was the door? What did it sound like? Because my headphones came unplugged and I plugged them back in.
That would be.
That
what-
would be
Okay.
it.
I'm sorry for terrifying everyone.
Oh.
That was like
Didn't-
Baymax from the Beyond.
Finnan is going to run his way back in after he. Obviously, people are throwing buckets onto the warehouse, right?
Yeah, and some people are also like do rush up with like they've got a train running towards the door actually that you've been helping out with, Katrina, and they're like throwing them at the door, just like go, we got this.
Okay, I'm gonna run in then.
All right, you
Finnan
two, you
holds
run
up
in.
his cloak. Finnan holds up his cloak to re-soak it.
Ah, yes, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do the same.
Yeah, they seem to get the idea and like douse you all very quickly, and you both rush in. Helga, go ahead and roll that investigation check, please.
Oh wait, Helga. That's me.
That's you,
Hit me.
Investigation.
Mario.
Yes, please.
14.
14. Okay, so you go into the room. At first, and you hear the building shaking around you, like this place is going to come down any minute now. But you are not leaving here until you make sure that everyone who can be saved is saved. And as you begin to turn around, you see hiding like crouched down, rocking back and forth underneath what looks like a couple of beams that fell against each other and not against the floor, like at risk of like potentially getting crushed, but just wasn't. Is one kind of like mid-30s guy, kind of scruffy looking, maybe a dock worker or something, in like torn up pants. He's got terrible burns down one side of his body, and he's just rocking back and forth, just shaking his head.
I think you know what Helga's gonna do. Helga's gonna fire him and carry him out.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Helga's gonna fire him and carry him out. Jeez.
Obviously, I didn't know.
I mean, I'm literally, my train of thought was like, literally, I'm being a firefighter in this situation, so she's gonna fire him and carry him out.
True.
All right, what do I need to roll?
To
Athletic, front.
you get him. He does not resist. You get him over your shoulder just fine. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you lift him up. Those 2 beams start to shake.
Oh boy.
Add the D4.
Do I still have that?
That's a good question. Is this
Can I-
still within a minute?
Add.
I would say this is the last one you can use before that spell ends. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need it because I rolled 7 plus 1. I rolled an 8. 9.
So, hold on. I'm going to invoke my channel divinity.
Okay.
You're gonna save Helga's butt.
You also have advantage on dexterity saving throws against threats you can see.
Oh,
As
hold
a
on.
barbarian.
Let me try.
Yeah, roll that again, and we'll go from there.
Oh, I got a 19.
Oh, thank God.
Nice.
Add your 4
Damn it, I
anyway.
kind of wanted to see how the channel divinity went.
20. So, total of 20. If I add that 1, then 21.
Okay. Shit.
I'm not gonna die!
I know, it's great. So instead of taking 4d10 bludgeoning damage from the crushing weight of these things,
Which would have been halved anyway because raging.
Oh yeah, it would have been half for me. I don't know about the other guy though.
Helga, you get the guy.
Front of it anyway.
Yeah, I guess.
Use them
Anyway,
as a-
it still falls on your ankle.
Ouch.
So, you take, instead of taking 21 points of bludgeoning damage, you only take 10, reduced to 5 because you're raging.
Okay.
As you yank your ankle out from what could have snapped it easily, you had to kind of like toss the guy, but you like quickly like scramble and grab him up as both Katrina and Finnan run into the room as just this of fire consumes the room behind them.
Oh. Are we trapped in this room now?
It appears so for the moment.
So, Kat's gonna kind of swallow, and she's gonna try and do the same thing with the absorb elements to clear the way back.
Finnan is actually going to step in.
Ooh.
Oh. I was gonna say,
and I'm going to make my first ingenuity roll.
Ooh.
Go for
Because, and this will be a big one, I recognize this.
it. Alright.
Because I am going to use the spell Zephyr Strike.
I think I know what you're trying to do here. And I love it. Okay. Make your case.
So, the wording for Zephyr Strike says, you move like the wind. So,
Are you gonna blow out the fire?
my intention is to move like the wind and basically push the fire out of the way enough for us to get out.
Okay. I've got a couple of ideas of like how this is gonna work. Go ahead and roll your ingenuity check as you prepare your weapon to like animate cut through the fire.
Okay, so that is, I am
It's like
half
biblical.
proficient in it, and I've used my spellcasting modifier, correct?
Correct.
So +5.
Yes.
Ingenuity check.
Let's go.
Nat 20.
Yes!
Oh shit!
Do you need visual proof?
I would like. This is an important roll. I would like a picture of that, please. Yes. Oh shit! Oh, it's a blue goldstone.
It is the blue goldstone.
Hell
Has,
yes.
has the tiff returned?
Yeah, sorry. I guess it crashed on me, but yes. Hello.
We were just getting proof of Troy's natural 20. Holy shit.
I missed out on it.
Okay.
But I believe you.
Troy did good.
Okay, so I mean, you rolled a natural 20. How does this look? Tell me.
So, the way I'm imagining it is that Finnan is very clearly, like, in kind of a panic mode at this point. And he just is like, okay, so if I do this, and he literally is pulling out his rapier, and he's just like, alright, Mal, don't fail me now! And I feel like that's a thing that he says fairly often. Originally, like, back in his sailor days, it was just almost jokingly. But now, especially right this moment, it's become an actual, like, almost prayer. And so he motions for Katrina and Helga to follow him as he charges towards the fire and just arcs upwards, swinging like an arc through the fire.
And as you make that speedy strike, like just with the blast of your strike, rockets forward. And
yeah, because I do deal force damage with that, so
you do. And that easily like clears a straight line through the room to the other door. That the fire like so slowly starts to lick back in. You guys like rush through it. Finn and then Helga, then Katrina, hot on their heels. You burst out of that last door that people are still throwing water at, or at least Finn and Helga do. Katrina, as you ran forward, the fire was closing in on all of you, and in that last moment, your vision went red to white to black.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Katrina. The last thing you remember was searing hot pain all over your body. When memory comes back to you, when consciousness sort of comes back to you, you are standing in a dark room, an echoing cavernous space, the glint of an empty brazier in front of you that flares to life on its own to reveal the not so statuesque golden dragon standing before you, looking directly at you.
She doesn't cower. Why am I here?
You have power within you.
Ew.
I'm becoming increasingly aware of that, yes.
What would you do with your power?
Help people? Make things better? Carry on the flame.
As you say that, the dragon kind of like just nods slightly and then kind of looks back over your shoulder to where, like, the whole time in these visions, there's always been this like kind of a natural light like behind you somewhere that you just have not been able to turn around. And the dragon kind of glances over your shoulder and then looks back at you as you begin to you hear the dragon say,
"Find me."
And as you turn around, you get a brief glimpse of a cave mouth. But the light that comes through it is so bright, just as your eyes are about to focus upon it, you see maybe glittering rainbow colors, and then your vision is consumed by golden fire. And you cease to think.
Oh.
The searing pain, it burns, everything burns. Finnan and Helga.
Holy fuck.
Troy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
This
good.
is awful. I want to help. Michael.
Finn and Helga and Soot, all of you are outside of the building. The two of you just realize, oh shit, where's Katrina? As... Yes.
Then in the moment that he realizes Katrina is not with him, is just turning and immediately bolting back in.
As you turn to bolt back in, the entire building detonates. And you are thrown back, like smoldering against the grass.
Oh, fuck.
As you all kind of like, your vision is swimming, everyone is knocked down, like a couple other buildings like shake, and you hear windows shattering as this whole building collapses inward. And in this horrible sinking moment, you see a column of fire just erupting from the center of the building.
Everybody back!
and that column of fire slowly condenses down into a vaguely humanoid form made entirely of flame, 10 feet tall, these massive wings made of flame arcing out from the shoulders. And this horned visage, again, made entirely of flame with these eyes that could only be seen as that much brighter than the sun.
Woof.
And this entity roars with a sound that actually threatens to deafen you, and another concussive shockwave rockets out from this creature as everything in the building is consumed by fire. It all kind of lifts up into the air by the force of this energy. And like the burning cinders are like stretching to other buildings. Other buildings are starting to catch alight. People are scrambling, trying to like stop other buildings from catching fire. What are the three of you doing?
Okay.
Helga's like still holding her guy and is like looking up at the fiery figure. Like, is that Cat? Is that
what?
You don't know.
Can I make any kind of insight? For a second, I even thought that was like, is this like even like some kind of awful holy vision? I hate this. This is awful. I don't know what to like, what the fuck?
I did not tell Carly any of this beforehand, by the way. I just want all of you to know.
I also have like.
Why do you do this, Michael?
I have a second question.
Okay, what is your second question?
Warding flare at any kind of point work against this?
Warding flare? I mean, it still technically works. It's light, not fire, so, I mean, if this thing can theoretically be surprised by sudden light, it could theoretically be, that could happen.
I would like instinctually, if this thing is striking back at people, I would like to instinctually doing warding flare back at it defensively.
It's kind of like looking around, and you watch as it raises its like this almost clawed hand, just completely enveloped in flames, and you see as it arcs out, the fire that is kind of surrounding its whole body arcs out in a line directly towards a nearby smaller shed, maybe about like 20 feet by 20 feet, but the line arcs out to that shed, and it also just detonates in this explosion of fire.
Jesus Christ, Michael.
Stop that.
Yeah, how could you tell? Stop it.
Sorry, you were still doing something, so my bad.
No.
Yeah, well, anyway, I was narrating that, and then, you see it, like, raise its arm again, begin to raise its arm towards, another building that people are, like, desperately, like, there's a huge crowd of people desperately trying to put out the fire, and they're starting to make way, and it raises its hand.
Does Cat have any sort of control over this?
You're not there.
Huh, okay.
Cat's dead.
Taking a nap. Taking a nappy poo.
I don't feel good about any of this.
So you like reach out your hand, and a flash of light, like just goes boop, right in front of its face, and it actually falters.
Oh shit! Oh, okay.
And looks towards you.
Not good.
The wings, as it rushes towards you, it closes this like 60-foot distance, like in almost an instant. And I need you to... Well, actually, the first thing it does is it raises its wings out and flaps them once, and this ring of fire completely surrounds all of you and this creature.
Oh.
It's a battlefield. now. I don't know.
So the boss fight has started.
Yeah.
You accidentally are fighting the strongest optional boss in Dark Souls right now. Yes.
Dodge roll, dodge roll, dodge roll.
Just nothing but dodge rolls.
I thought we are opening a coffee shop this time.
Yeah, Mike.
Hey, we're only halfway through the session.
Anyway,
Since Kat is not in control of her faculties at this moment, Carl is gonna go pee.
Okay. Come back soon, though. I want to say this is... What? Carly's giving me the craziest look right now.
You deserve it.
Okay, I would say all of this has happened in like just a matter of moments. As this thing surrounds you and it is there looming over you, what do you all do?
it's not moving to strike, Sword, correct?
It approached like very aggressively and then surrounded the four of you with, well, five of you, considering that you also have that one guy, with fire. Just a wall of fire.
I'm gonna put the guy down and prepare to fight.
So, Mike,
Yes.
from the time that I did my super cool anime exit,
Yes.
has it been a minute?
I would say it is... Actually, that was... You did your cool anime exit. It has been about 30 seconds.
Okay.
A little more than 30 seconds. Probably about 45 seconds.
Good enough for me. I'm going to do another Zephyr Strike.
Okay. An actual Zephyr Strike? You trying to blow out the fire? To make it go...
Because this wouldn't be another casting of the spell, because it's a duration of concentration up to 1 minute.
Correct.
So, yeah, he's going to try to do another maneuver to try to knock it down to size.
Okay.
Just at the legs.
At the legs. Is that you just make an attack, or does that just happen?
I'm trying to think of what would be most interesting here.
I was also going to do
Because
something, but you tell me what you're gonna do, Troy. Because I want to know if my thing would help you or not.
Because I'm thinking, his thought right now is, this thing is actively trying to destroy part of Little Lugvalt. He needs to get it down to size, or at least it'll, like, be of something closer to reasonable. So I think, especially because he is specifically moving to attack it, in a sense of, like, rather than just pushing fire aside, this is a now creature that he is facing down. I feel like this would have to be an attack roll.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Go ahead and do that.
Was the thing that you were going to do, does that align with that, Soot?
I was gonna say though that like if this thing was going to charge at Soot, but it looked like this confusing, I don't know what he's interpreting as. He was going to cast command. And I'm not even sure if this would work, but he was going to cast command and tell it to sleep.
Go to sleep. You're ranky.
You know what? I want to see that play out before Finnan moves.
Okay, what is
Yeah.
the DC for that?
That would be Wisdom saving throw
Okay.
with a 15.
What's your DC?
Yeah, 15.
15, you say. Okay.
So yeah, like
you
this
all
thing
watch.
is like charging at Soot, and Soot is staring straight back at it, and with the
like, go to
loudest
sleep.
voice he can muster, and like the deepest voice that you hear, he says sleep.
You all hear like this miniature earthquake shake through the ground as this deep masculine voice comes from Soot, says sleep, and you see the being stop, kind of tilt its head at you as that like miniature shockwave comes out from you, Soot, with the power of your words, or single word in this case. The flames on it kind of like blow back briefly, and you see almost this shadowy form inside of it, and then you watch as the eyes dim slightly, and then the whole thing
What?
just disappears, and then the limp body of Katrina just smashes into the ground where it was hovering in the air previously.
Oh my
Finan
god.
rushes forward to try to catch Katrina before she hits the ground.
I'm gonna smush you.
Dexterity saving throw, I guess. Yeah, sure.
That's 12.
You said 12?
Yes.
Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, you like get to her, like you kind of like under her, your back twinges a bit, but like you kind of stop her, at least her head, from smacking into the ground.
So it's also running towards them and is casting healing word on her, without even like checking if she's either sleeping or passed out or dying. He's just casting healing word on her.
Don't huff fire, kids. Not even one.
Not even
Not
once.
even once.
Not even once.
Yeah, you all see Katrina, as you kind of like, you both kind of like turn Katrina, she like almost face planted, but you like turn her over and you like go to heal her, and you kind of, for a moment, you're taken aback, Soot, because Katrina's eyes are like open, and like they're kind of like in different directions, like she's conscious, but like slowly coming to, and her face, parts of her face is covered in like this sheen of golden scales, and her normally stormy gray eyes are bright gold. And Katrina, you come back away.
Finan
Awesome.
immediately turns. I assume the crowd is still around.
No one has noticed this yet. There's still a ring of fire, and like as Katrina comes back to consciousness, that ring of fire disappears as well.
Finan looks to Helga and Katrina and Soot, and just looks towards towards the spines of spite, and just says, "Go. We'll talk back in the inn."
Yeah.
So it's
You
nodding.
say go back what?
Yeah, just going, basically motioning back towards the spines of spite, and just saying, "This is not a conversation for right here."
The building's not on fire anymore, right?
The building is not on fire anymore. That is correct.
Okay.
What about the other buildings?
Because there's no building left.
Oh my god.
The other buildings, in the kind of like fervor of you distracting the creature, everyone has been able to keep all of the other fires at least in check, if not putting them out as we speak. There are still some buildings that are on fire, but it is very, very obviously like actually being handled. The main fire, that building's just gone, so it's, I guess, handled, question mark.
We saved guys.
Starts running with the group towards the Mudcat Cafe.
As they pass by the buildings, Cat, like, it, even in her wearied, like, state, not knowing what's going on, just instinctively reaches out and tries to lower the flames of the buildings that they passed. Like, she has no idea what's going on.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, so
You watch as one of the buildings, you all like try to stop her, but you like hear like a bunch of people gasp as like one of the buildings just goes out.
Yep.
The fire just disappears.
Okay.
I just
Then-
worry that I just worry that in her delirious state, she might accidentally make fire big.
Yeah.
Finnan is actually going to try and make this as stealth. Like, he's trying to get them out of there with nobody noticing. In addition to, like, that's why he's going to the Mudcat instead of the Spine's Respite. People are going to be at the Spine's Respite. If they're at the Mudcat, at the very least, nobody's probably going to be in that building.
Good thoughts. I'll have you, since this is still pretty busy city, everyone roll a stealth check.
Oops.
And I assume this is a group stealth check?
I rolled a natural 1.
Yes, it's a group stealth check.
I rolled a 12.
Soot rolled a 2, and I would like to say it's because he's holding Kat's hands and is very obviously making Barry notice that something's off with this.
He's like that raccoon where it like bit the cat's ear and the cat went, "Rah!" And he's like, oh, just touching her everywhere.
Yeah.
Finnan rolled a 26.
A lot of help that got.
Hello to a plus 12 to stealth.
Yeah.
Like, oh, got a 1, got a 2, got an 11, 20 fucking goddamn. Okay, so Finnan, you are doing everything you can to get everyone carefully through here. Soot and Helga are just like going like, what the fuck is going on? What happened to your face? Oh my god, your eyes are yellow.
Yeah.
Guys, shut the fuck up for 5 minutes until we get to a building. I'm telling you right now, we'll figure this out. We will get through this, but you need to be quiet for right now. Am I understood?
Finnan, what did I do?
Sir.
We'll talk about it when we get inside, okay, Katrina?
She just nods mutely. You see her eyes are back to their natural stormy gray, but she is bescaled. Hey guys, guess what?
What?
I multi-classed into sorcerer.
Oh my god! Wait.
Ooh.
Oh my god. So you're like draconic sorcerer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
So I multi-classed at our last level like 6 or 7 sessions ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I've been waiting for a good opportunity.
Nice.
And this was the best you could muster, which is fucking terrifying.
So scary.
You
He was
have
like,
a you have a special ability now. I'll send it to you later.
Cool. Yeah, he was
I
like,
want to
yeah.
know.
He's like, yeah, something's gonna happen when you go through your transformation, because you do have a transformation with the draconic bloodline thing. He's like, I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but you might kill the party. I'm like, oh, okay.
I figured that would be a little much if she actually killed you. However, just so you know, you do have 2 levels of exhaustion right now.
That makes sense, yeah.
So yeah, I'll send you your draconic heritage feature. Your elder dragon heritage, whatchamacallit. So yeah, you're all like just like quietly just Finn is just like, guys, can we please just not right now? And you all like hear like the clanking of metal, and 2 paladins of Justine have like rushed up like these concerned faces, like they see you all carrying this smoking burned person, and they're like, all of you have like burns on you, and one of you's covered in soot, but I think they don't realize that that's just you.
How I am.
That's just good. That's just how he is as a person.
They're like, hey, is everything all right? Are you injured? Do you need help? Oh my goodness! And they like notice like you're covered in scales. It's like, are you okay? Are you injured?
Everything is all right. Go.
We got it.
I'm gonna explain this as quickly as I can, so that way you guys can get back to helping people who need it. If you heard about what happened in Daggerall, we're the ones who stopped it.
Mhm.
We're fine. We're gonna get stuff sorted out. But let us go.
Oh, we just wanted to know if everything's all right. If you're the lightning buzz, you probably have everything handled. But if you need anything, just let us know.
Will do. Just go check on everyone else, and if something is needed, we'll reach out.
Right away. Clank, 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 and they run away.
Are they ahead of us?
Yeah, we're kind of famous, Katrina.
We're the shit.
You're not, Katrina. You're not dying.
She is 100% panicking right now. She can't speak in full sentences right now.
You have disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is halved. So keep that in mind for the future. You all make it to the whatchamacallit?
The Mudcat.
The Mudcat Cafe. And you all get in the door and just kind of collapse on the floor, like pull up some chairs, like just it's just you. Crumpet was apparently just hanging around and like pooped in a corner and like comes over.
Finnan just shuffles over to clean up the goddamn poop.
Helga gives Crumpet a little pat on the head. It's like, where did you come over here? Never mind, that is not important. I think Katrina is going through something right now. She could use all your help and support, Crumpet.
He like goes over and sniffs you, Katrina, as you're there on the floor. Walks away. He shows you his butt though, so that's nice.
Nice.
Aww.
The
highest form of affection.
I think he might be warming up to me.
Yeah.
I'm taking this time to sit with Kat and do a general prayer of healing to heal everybody.
Okay.
So Soot is doing a prayer of healing.
Yeah.
You all feel.
Helga's like, Kat, I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know I could do that either.
Huh.
Finnan is just like sitting here, like he's actually sitting on a bar stool, like head in his hands, resting elbows on the bar.
She's like breathing very heavily and like staring down at her hands, like the scales on the back of her hands, just like little patches. Helga
like holds her hand and says, "It's okay. It's gonna be okay."
The air's starting to heat up.
Shh, shh, shh. Soot is also holding her other hand and like shushing.
You remember those stories that I told you all about how there were dragons supposedly in the bloodline of the royal family of Kanisha?
Duh.
I don't think that was a story.
Oh, it is for real.
I think that's for real.
It does seem so. I mean, there is bear blood in my people, so you know.
Finnan walks over with just a huge tankard of clean water and just he's still kind of in a stunned silence of himself, and he's just like, whatever is going on, you're still Katrina, right?
Right. I'm still a runaway princess who's, the only hope of the people and apparently heir to the dragon and...
Okay, stop. Follow me. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. Not...
No, you're not.
That is the opposite of what I said, but also that tells me that you're at least listening to me, because Katrina would absolutely
defy me just to be a little bit of an asshole.
Yep. Okay, so I've been having these dreams. Over the past couple of, for a while, ever since before the mines.
Yes.
And there's been this dragon, this golden dragon, and I thought it was a statue, and I could never move, and the last time I had a dream, it said that it wasn't a figment of my imagination, and it seemed happy that I had been doing the fire thing, and she takes like a deep breath, trying to steady herself, and we were running out of that building, and suddenly everything went dark, and I saw it again, and it told me that I have power, and asked me how I would use it, and then it told me to come and find him, but that doesn't make sense because the dragons are all gone, right? Right?
Mate, I would not know.
Sut is shaking his head. Like,
Does-
and then
Sut says no.
no, like points at Cat. Proof?
Proof of what?
Not gone.
Well, so there are dragons, and then there are like dragon-y people. Like we used to travel with this one guy who was like a dragon person.
Does Cat
But
have any memory of being the spectral dragon, whatever the hell she just was?
No, it was everything went dark. And then you had that vision, and then everything was just blinding, searing pain, and then you were on the ground.
Yeah. So
What do you mean that I'm proof? What did I do? I was in the building, and then I was outside with all of you, and everything was on fire.
He's just patting your hand.
Well,
Alright.
you did kind of turn into a giant dragon type thing for a second there, and then Soot told you go to sleep, and then you went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all.
That is about it. Yes, that is all.
Oh, if that's all, she faints.
Oh no.
I like try to catch her head.
So Finnan, as she faints, he just sighs and looks very tired. He casts more spells today than he has in a long while. He is not exactly a spell-slinging sort.
Yeah.
And so he starts to set out a bedroll and just, Helga, bring her over here. We're gonna make sure she gets a little bit more sleep.
Helga carries the cat Katrina over and lays her down. Nice and comfy. Eggnog.
You two head back to the inn. I'll watch over her.
Touches
That's what I was gonna say.
like yeah, you're like rubbing up on him. Soot does put a sooty hand on both Finnan's forehead and Cat's forehead before leaving.
And Finnan just kind of gives a tired nod.
Yeah.
Night night.
Good night.
And Finnan just he imagines that the bedroll was set up behind the bar, so that way, you know, if she's still asleep when morning comes, that she's not like just out in the middle of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he just climbs up onto his bar stool again, grabs a tankard of water, and just sits and watches over.
Aw.
Does Mal give Venom like Jesus powers where he can turn water into beer? That would be so cool.
And fade to black. So that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, which is always fun. If you're listening to this on iTunes, please be sure to leave us a review because it super duper helps us out. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment about your favorite part, your predictions for the next episode, you know, whatever you may be interested in seeing us do. Please let us know. We're always on the lookout for more cool stuff. Please go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/DiceyDecisions. There's cool stuff, fun bonuses, helps us keep the lights on. And I'm putting like lore and stuff on there regularly. I'll put up battle maps that we use for Roll20, little homebrew things that I make for the game. It's all fun and games, and it's great. So thank you all so much for being here. Please be safe, share some love, and tell a story. Good night.